Holy, I am Luna, the most sophisticated Siamese kitty that exists. Olfactory preview, the smell of overheated silicone, the rancid perfume of human despair, and a background note of cheap plastic. The air vibrates with Wi-Fi waves that insult my aristocratic sensitivity and my lineage of sacred temples. The meow translator. The human, that creature of spasmodic movements and deplorable aesthetic tastes, looked at me with an intensity bordering on rudeness. My instinct, refined by centuries of genetic selection in the courts of Siam, warned me that something profoundly vulgar was about to happen. It was neither the time for my Norwegian salmon pâté, nor the hour to brush my immaculate cream-colored coat, so his attention could only mean one thing: a new and useless foray into technology. He approached me with the device extended, as if it were a sacred offering, but I knew it was nothing more than another toy for his simplistic mind. "Luna, say something," he stammered with that voice utterly devoid of harmonics. I pricked an ear, measuring the frequency of his patheticness. I stretched with calculated slowness, allowing the sunset light to highlight the elegance of my dark limbs, and decided to grant him an audience. If he wanted a response, I would give him one that would dissect his very existence. I rose, tensing the muscles of my larynx to emit a meow, containing at least 5 layers of semantic meaning. It was an ascending trill with a staccato fall at the end, a biting critique, almost Voltairean, of his choice of tie, a polyester horror with a geometric pattern that offended any sense of the golden ratio, and a reflection on the emptiness of his working life. It was a masterpiece of vocal communication, a blend of ancient Sanskrit and Parisian avant-garde that would have made an art critic weep in the Louvre. The human looked at his phone screen with childlike expectation. Then, the plastic box emitted a mechanical sound, a synthetic and soulless voice that spat out, "I'm hungry." Incredible. Disdain ran down my spine like an electric shock. Hungry? Was that the only conclusion his artificial intelligence could reach? It is the tragedy of the human condition. They live in a binary world, of zeros and ones, of basic needs and programmed responses. My language is an architecture of sensations, a tapestry woven with threads of vibrations and smells, and that mediocre software intended to reduce my genius to a demand for carbohydrates. My message was an aesthetic dissection of his reality, an ode to sophistication, and a subtle warning about the accumulation of dust on the ceiling moldings. And this device translated it as the roar of an empty stomach. I decided to try again, just to confirm the magnitude of his ignorance. I emitted a deep purr, a low-frequency vibration evoking the serenity of sandalwood forests and the stability of pyramids. It was a lesson in feline metaphysics, an invitation to contemplate existential emptiness with dignity. The app, after a few seconds of pathetic processing, displayed in large letters, "Pet me." I closed my eyes, allowing my eyelids to convey the full weight of my disappointment. The human, believing himself a modern cat whisperer, extended his hand to touch my head. I moved away with a fluid motion, a dance of shadows that left him caressing the cold air. There is no greater offense than being misunderstood by someone you barely consider a cleaner. Technology, in its eagerness to simplify the complexity of a superior soul, only manages to highlight the insurmountable gap that separates us. They need translations because their minds are fragmented, lost in the noise of the unnecessary. I, on the other hand, do not need to translate their clumsiness. I smell it in their paws. I see it in the way they stumble over their own feet. While he continued talking to the phone, trying to calibrate my essence, I leapt to the highest shelf, where art books gather dust he never cleans.